Hi everyone, welcome to the latest episode of Have You Heard? And today we are doing our fifth Emerson, Lake and Palmer song, and we're going back to the debut, 1970, November 1970, and we're listening to the classic Lucky Man. Keith Emerson describes this as Greg Lake's forte, his magnum opus, if you like. Certainly it's a song that I think introduced many people to Emerson, Lake and Palmer. In the States on the radio, I guess, because it was a single in the US and it got to about number 48. It was never a single over here in the UK. But it was really kind of like a sound bite, wasn't it, that everyone sort of grabbed hold of. That very famous Moog solo at the end of the song, which many people consider to be the first proper Moog solo on record. We shall talk about it a little bit more after we play the song. Welcome to the channel if you're new, if you haven't seen us before, if you're an ELP fan. We've done 4 songs before. We've done Take a Pebble in our Epic Track Review slot. We've done Live in Sin, we've done Pirates, and we've done Endless Enigma. So we've done 4 before. They're all in a prog rock playlist that you can see below. Please dig into the playlists and have a look and see what you like. If you think there's some good stuff there, subscribe to the channel. To all our regulars here today, please, I'd like you to let me know what more ELP songs that we should do. I'm happy to do anything. In the meantime, let's listen to Lucky Man, shall we? And we can talk a little bit about it afterwards, as we tend to do. Okay, are we ready? This is the 2012 Steven Wilson remaster, which generally is pretty good. Let's have a listen to this right now. Lucky Man by Emerson, Lake and Palmer.
He had white horses and ladies by the score, all dressed in satin and waiting by the door. Ooh, what a lucky man he was. Ooh, what a lucky man he was. White lace and feathers, they made up his bed. A gold-covered mattress on which he was led. Ooh, what a lucky man he was. Ooh, what a lucky man he was. He went to fight wars for his country and his king, of his honor and his glory. The people would sing. Ooh, what a lucky man
absolutely magnificent. It's such a majestic piece of music, a climax that is unlike any other, I think you can say. And the history of the song is really quite fascinating. Uh, Greg wrote it when he was about 11 or 12 years of age, using the first few chords he learnt when he learned how to play an acoustic guitar. He presented it to King Crimson for inclusion in the court of the Crimson King, but the band didn't really like it. I'm not quite sure what kind of version he presented, but wow, they didn't like it. And then when ELP were recording their first album, they had some space left. Another track was required, and Greg came back to Lucky Man and started playing around in the studio. And I'm taking this information from the notebook inside this CD. It's the deluxe edition 2012 CD of Emerson, Lake and Palmer. And Keith's talking about he and Carl were in the booth, in the control room, and they were listening to Greg, and they were saying, "Wow, what are you doing there?" And Greg's going, "Oh, it's just a little old thing I've had for years, just messing around with it." Carl thought it was magnificent, and so jumped on the drums and just started jamming around what Greg was playing on the acoustic guitar. And if you listen to Carl's drum part, it's absolutely wonderful. And it really does feel just off the cuff. In the moment, that's what he's playing, hardly knowing what's coming next. It really feels live and it feels spontaneous. And then at the end of the song, originally I think there was a guitar solo, but Greg didn't like that. And Keith says he saw in the corner of the studio, he saw Mike Vickers from Manfred Mann, his Moog synthesizer. And he said, I just jumped on there and started figuring out what to do. He hadn't played that particular instrument before, the one that was in the studio. Now, it has a slider, and he started messing around with it and did a kind of jam to the song. And everyone in the studio was going, "Wow, that's brilliant. Okay." And Keith's going, "No, let me just refine it a little bit. There's some better things that I can do." But there was no more space. There were no more tracks on the tape. And the other guys were saying, "No, it's the first tracks. The first take is fine. Thanks very much." And so that was what came onto the record. And they didn't really think any more about it. Then the record company in the US put it out as a single. It wasn't the band's idea, and it got to 48, and it got a lot of radio play. And so, of course, once they started playing live, everybody wanted to play it, or wanted to hear it rather, and they couldn't do it justice on stage, because as Keith says here in this notebook, there's Greg's playing bass, he's playing acoustic guitar, he's playing electric guitar. The vocals have all been multi-tracked to give that wonderful vocal chorus, which is so uplifting. But they couldn't reproduce that live on stage. So they always felt they incorporated it in Greg's acoustic spot in the show. But they were never able to do it as they did it on the record, which was really sad. Keith says they hadn't given it enough thought. If they'd given it a bit more thought, maybe they could have made the arrangement slightly different so that they could have done it justice on stage, but they didn't do that. So that's a shame. I mean, I saw ELP in '74, the Welcome Back My Friends tour, and I'm pretty certain it was linked in with Still You Turn Me On. Was it that? Anyway, it's part of the acoustic segment. You don't have the dramatic effect of the Moog solo at the end. Um, but wow, what what a song, um, and what a piece of music! It's one of the singular most important songs, I think, in progressive rock, uh, and I love it to pieces. And I love this album to pieces. Um, it's I play it not a lot because every time I play it, if I restrict myself, then I love it so much more. It needs to have you need to have a little bit of time. I think with a lot of ELP albums, actually, a little bit of time and then go back to it, and you just appreciate the spectacle, if you like, if you can have spectacle in music. The Majesty, I think, might be another one. What a band! Absolutely, what a band! And I really should play more ELP on the channel, and I think I probably will. It would be great to hear your thoughts on this song, on this album, on Keith Emerson, Greg Lake, and Carl Palmer. Tell me your stories um, about collecting the music of this wonderful trio. I can't believe it's 10 years since Keith Emerson passed away. Um, very, very sad. Uh, and he was a Yorkshireman like me. Well, not like me, but I live in Yorkshire. But born in Todmorden. So, yeah, those are the things that happen. And of course, Greg's not with us either anymore, but Carl is still flying the flag. And what a drummer. I think that's it from me for now. If you've enjoyed the video, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. The subscriptions still continue to grow, so I'm very thankful about that. And I look forward to seeing you on the next episode of Have You Heard, which will be out tomorrow. But until then, I hope you enjoyed this particular one, and cheers for now. Bye, everybody.